Welcome back in the continuation of Part 7, building the grab rails for the U.S. Coast Guard Fast Response Cutter model by Dumas Products. Okay, we drilled our handrail jig out. We used a 032 or a number 67 wire drill bit. And it wasn't enough for that wire, the 032 wire. So it was a little too tight, so I came up with a 036 or a number 64 wire drill bit, and that worked out pretty good. So I transferred the readings from here to the hull, and using the center line, 15/16 up from the bottom of the cabin up to the center line, and drilled my holes, which worked out pretty darn good. It was easier to drill this than the balsa. So at the same time, when I marked the 15/16 inch line here, I also did the line for the middle one, and of course the front one. Now comes the fun part. We'll take this out, put it into the jig, and do some soldering to finish it up. Well, now it's time for the soldering. I didn't have very much luck on the soldering, so I went to the silver solder, had much better luck. So here we use our basic math skills. Our ruler on the drawing, it represents 6 9/16 of an inch, or length 6.5625. You take 6.625 times that K factor, 1.777, etc., equals 11.666666. Okay, got it? So now we are going to go ahead and measure the length for our grab rail, what we'll need. So we take that number, 11.666, length of grab rail, plus 3/8 of an inch on one end, 3/8 of an inch on the other end. Then you have the bend radius, 1.125, and a total of 12.541. Total length of the grab rail, including the ends to be put into the cabin. Just cut it 12 9/16 of an inch long. Transferring the 11.666 inch length onto the cabin, 1/4 inch away from this door, 15/16 of an inch up from the bottom of the cabin to the center line for the grab rail. I might want to mention the grab rails are the same length. Now it's time for calculating for the supports. The supports are calculated at 1.10 inches on this end here. And this line right here is for C3. C3, I want to drill into that. And then from here, there's just a slight degree of you're going up according to the drawing. And these I calculated 0.958. And it's still 15/16 from here to the center line of the grab rail. And these are my own calculations, so on these supports. And you can do whatever you want to go ahead and do, but I found out this will work for me. Also, I suggest you drill both sides of the cabin first before installing your grab rails. Now you can transfer that line onto your building jig here and make sure that these are correctly positioned. This is very precise. Cut your brass rail, then go ahead and cut your needed pieces for your middle supports. I used that 3/8 of an inch on each one of these. Then we'll try the silver solder. Okay, our silver solder is done. I use Stay Bright. Silver solder will last longer and stronger. Clean up with acetone or soap and water. Use jeweler's files and clean up some of the over silver soldered areas. So I pre-drilled the holes into the cabin, following the jig, mounted the grab rail into those holes using these 1/16 inch spacers to bring it away from the cabin. And I'm not going to glue it up yet until I've already drilled all the holes on both sides. Then I'll go ahead and start mounting the grab rails. All right, now to work on the forward grab rail on the port side. And even though this says 1/4 of an inch away from this door and 1/8 of an inch away from this cabin area here, and I come up with just over a 1/2 inch. Well, that's not entirely true with the readings that I've got. So if you go from 1/4 inch away from this door to here, and 1/8 of an inch away from this forward area here, 1/8 of an inch, I come up with a reading of 47/64 or 0.734375. So this will be for the forward grab rail port side. The other side might be different. Yours might be different. Well, that's all I'm going to go ahead and do on the grab rails. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest on the other side. I really appreciate you watching. And remember, I'm only doing the problem areas in the model build of the U.S. Coast Guard Fast Response Cutter from Dumas Products. Thanks for watching.